like to welcome all of the students and our partners to the 2024 Scholarship Information Session. Next slide, Rachel. Okay. So the SPE Canadian Educational Foundation, since we set up in 2016, has been focused on supporting and promoting individuals and programs to advance energy literacy and careers in Canada. We've awarded over $600,000 since inception to over 100 deserving students across 15 Canadian institutions. We would not have been able to do this without the generous support of key benefactors like Mr. Stephen Benedictson, who one of our scholarships is named after, our corporate partners who are attending today to discuss the scholarships they're supporting, and all of the members of the society who helped formulate the original endowment. Okay. Next, please. Okay. And this year we have 11 scholarships available. Total funds that we're going to be distributing to students are $48,500. And along with those scholarships, we have 7 internship opportunities with the corporate partner scholarships, which will each be individually discussed today. And we also have another special surprise for students from another donor. With that, I'll pass off to the next person. Thank you.
All right. Hello, everyone. My name is Rachel Mars. You may have seen the email from me or a meeting invite for this session. So I am the SPECEF coordinator. So I manage everything kind of on the back end and kind of the main point of contact. So feel free to reach out to me if you have any direct questions about the scholarship program. But we are thrilled to have you here today to discuss this opportunity for you. So first, I want to give you just a little bit of background about the actual logistics and kind of timeline that we have going on. So we started off on September 10th. That's when we officially opened our registrations for our application forms. We also, of course, today have our information session happening. And this will be recorded and it will be shared on our website and also distributed to schools to help kind of spread the word about this. We have our deadline to submit applications on November 10th, and we will have kind of review after that time frame up until kind of mid-December or so. Once that happens, once we've decided upon the winning applicants, then we will contact them directly and let them know that they have been selected. And we will also be hosting an award ceremony virtually on February 27th, 2025. To recognize those who have won and celebrate for them. And finally, we would have the check distribution no later, than March 31st of 2025. And just a little kind of overview of the scholarship application. There are 2 separate forms, just as a heads up. There's one form for general. It also includes the B. Hansen Scholarship and the corporate sponsored scholarships as well, which we will get into all of those later on today. There's a separate form, though, however, for the Benedictson application, which is the $5,500 award. So this application form here for the general scholarship and all the others would be has a whole list of all these different questions. It does have a section where they actually go over all the different corporate partnered scholarships and make sure that you kind of get an idea of what the company is about, what the term would be, how long the term would be for the internship, and you're able to opt in during that time frame. You will not be contacted if you are not opted in, but if you opt in, you have an opportunity to be contacted by that specific company, and opting in is based on every specific company. So if you opt into one, it's not for all of them. So you have that flexibility there as well. All right, and I believe that's it for the section here. If there's any questions or concerns, again, feel free to reach out to me directly. I'm happy to add my email to the chat here. But you're welcome to look at the QR code and link yourself directly to our page and learn more information that way as well. Deadline, November 10th. Make sure you get in before then. Perfect. All right. And I'll pass it off to Mary, I believe.
I think it's actually Katie.
Okay,
Yeah.
my apologies.
Yeah, no worries. Thanks, Rachel. Hi, everyone. My name is Katie Kola. I'm a board member on SPECEF, and I currently work at Kiera in the corporate development team. So I'll also be talking to you guys about an internship opportunity there. But just to kind of touch on this slide, so I'm sure you're all wondering what makes a successful candidate. How do I kind of make my application stand out and the best it can be? So we have a set of kind of 5 criteria here that we're really looking and evaluating when we review your applications. Obviously, we want students with strong academic standings, extracurricular involvement, and an interest in the energy industry. But more specifically, I'll touch on a couple of these points. So the energy industry interest, more specifically, like we want people who are actively involved in the energy industry. If there's any clubs or courses that you might be taking, I remember I took a kind of a process engineering oil and gas course to demonstrate my interest back in the day when I was applying to internships. Not every school might have kind of a SPE chapter, but if you do have those, it's great to be kind of on the leadership teams there, or at least actively involved in kind of volunteering or even attending events if you can't get involved in that at that level per se. Grades, I think that kind of goes without saying, but strong academics is certainly considered, but it's not the end all be all of the application, but we do consider it. I'll gloss over this middle one, the application quality, just to touch on the involvement with SPE. So like I mentioned, being a member of SPE and having an SPE number, it's free for students. That should be kind of an automatic tick, but any further involvement with those events and volunteering and the chapters themselves are awesome. And then extracurricular involvement is really important. Impact matters here. So the more impact you can have, the better. And not only the more impact you can have, but the more impact you can actually demonstrate in your application is great for us when we're looking through those. And I just want to specify that the extracurricular involvement here doesn't have to be energy related. It can be sports, it can be volunteering, it can be community involvement, really anything, but we would love to just see the impact that you've had and kind of what you've done specifically to do that. And I'll flip back just to application quality. So we're really looking at the entire application in its entirety. And we want to really emphasize that this isn't a 20-minute exercise, kind of slap it together and submit it off. We can really tell kind of who puts in the effort and who doesn't. And it's shown in the past candidates who have won these scholarships. So really do, take the time to make sure you're formatted correctly and provide necessary context on some of your volunteering work or the impact that you've had. Present it in a grammatically correct way, succinctly, all that kind of stuff. So that really ties your whole application together and really gives us a good look of how you are as a balanced candidate. So making sure that you're holistically there is really important for us. So I think that's it. I'll leave it there. But yeah, thanks guys. Really looking forward to reading through your applications.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Katie. So my name is Mary Hansen. I am a board on the or I'm a board member on SPECEF. I'm incoming chair this upcoming year, and I led the scholarship committee last year, and transferring that over to Lisa, who's going to speak a little bit later here too. But what I'm here to share with you guys today about is just the wide variety of opportunities there are for careers in energy. So there's a lot of opportunities available for pursuing a career, and that's really what we are trying to we want to get our money and our scholarships into deserving candidates that really do want to pursue a career in energy. So we want to show you all the available options that we have. So here's a brief introduction to some of the different kind of categories of careers that you can take a look at. I'll briefly touch on some of them here, but I do suggest that you guys come back when we post this onto the website, take a look at these and maybe do some Googling and figuring out where you think you might want to pursue a career moving forward. Because we really do want your guys's your minds and your great ideas entering our workforce. So first to start, we have exploration and production. And so the roles in exploration and production really focus on extracting and managing the energy resources. Next, we also have a number of opportunities in like field operations. And so these are the professionals that ensure that the energy facilities, equipment and infrastructure operate safely and efficiently. The third thing we have on the list here, the third major column we have on the list here is midstream. This is the pipelines and transport. And so these professionals are crucial in ensuring that the oil and gas and other resources are transported safely from the production sites to the refineries. So there's quite a few roles in there as well. Then we have downstream, so refining and processing. And so this is the part of the process where you convert the raw resources into products like fuel, plastics, and chemicals. So this is what gets it into your guys' everyday lives. And then so those are kind of the process roles on a very, very high level. And then you have a lot of support roles in industry too, where there's a lot of areas to contribute. So one being finance and auditing, where the individuals and these professionals manage the financial health of the energy companies, make sure that they secure funding and for large scale projects or kind of ongoing day-to-day projects too. So it's really that can be a really interesting career too. Sustainability and environmental, obviously this is something that's top of mind for energy production around the world, but specifically in Canada, as we have a really excellent track record of sustainability and environmental legislations, and kind of a track record for it. But these guys, the people that if you were working in this space, the roles would be to drive efforts to reduce emissions and to integrate cleaner technologies all into the energy mix. We also have communications and public relations, which is key to bridging the gap between the energy companies and the public and helping to make sure that we're communicating our value and the impact of what we're doing, which is extremely important to make sure that our message is going out there correctly. You have technology and innovation, which is really booming in the energy industry right now. And these professionals are essential to developing and implementing new technologies that can help bring efficiency and sustainability into the environment. And then you also have service companies, and this is service companies that you have. These professionals provide tools and expertise to support energy production and all the extraction operations too. And finally, but certainly not least, you have policy and regulatory. So these are the individuals who will work with governments and the corporations that will work with governments to ensure that the projects comply with regulations and are operating at a safe and reliable level. So that's just a brief introduction just to show there's a lot more that contributes to our industry here too, but this is what we wanted to share with you guys to show that there's a lot of different ways that you can contribute and a lot of ways that we want students with bright minds contributing to our industry. So with that in mind, there are a wide variety of careers. And we also have a wide variety of scholarships and internships that we want to share with you, and we want to award to you, you guys, and you guys that are interested in pursuing these careers in energy. So a little bit earlier, I think Mike mentioned that there were 11 scholarships this year with almost $50,000 that we have to award. And the first one that we're going to talk about here is the Stephen Benedictson Scholarship. And so this is a very special award. Mr. Benedictson is a very key donator to our group. We depend on him greatly for at SPECEF. And I think Rachel mentioned that there's a separate application for the Stephen Benedictson Award. The award is $5,500 and it's awarded to Canadian. So there's a little bit different of the stipulations here. So I just want to make it clear here. It's awarded to students that are Canadian citizens that are enrolled in their second year of engineering school at either a Canadian or US university. And we have a special consideration for individuals with key involvement in extracurriculars, and just like Katie said, showing impact in those extracurriculars, and obviously pursuing a career in energy is very important. So that's our Stephen Benedictson and our highest monetary contribution scholarship. The next one we'd like to draw your attention to is the B. Hansen Leadership Award. And so this award is as a $3,000 monetary scholarship, and it's awarded to those individuals who the stipulations for all the rest of the scholarships are the following. So you can be an international, you don't have to, you can be a world citizen, but you do have to be enrolled in a post-secondary institution in Canada. So that's kind of the first round of stipulations, and from there on out, we really do appreciate like all of the contributing factors that Katie had mentioned earlier and what makes a great application. And specifically for the Barry Hansen, we like to see our candidates exemplifying leadership, as B. Hansen was a key leader in our organization, and this is in his legacy. So the next, we in addition to those two scholarships, we have two additional general scholarships at $2,500 to other deserving applicants. And then what we're very, very excited to share with you guys today is our corporate partnered scholarships. So we've partnered with a number of corporations in Canada here, and a lot of them have taken the time to come and speak to you guys today. And essentially, if you win a corporate partnered scholarship, you have a $5,000 monetary scholarship, and you also receive a interview for a internship at that company, a guaranteed interview, which is really, really excellent. So with that in mind, I'm going to introduce each of our different corporate sponsors to come in, and our corporate partners to come in and speak about the opportunities at their firm. So with that in mind, I'd like to welcome Oko to come and speak about Arenia.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Mary. Hi, everyone. My name is Aka. Nice to meet you. Like Mary mentioned, Arenia is super excited to be sponsoring our second annual, I guess, scholarship opportunity through SPECEF. We are a Calgary-based clean tech company. We are a software as a service company that supports our clients that are looking to invest in the energy transition. So we work with some high-profile clients in the private equity space, investment banking, but also with companies with different mandates across the energy transition. But yeah, we have a really cool internship opportunity to join our analytics team. Actually, the timing has changed a little bit, but we are looking and flexible for a January start date, but also for summer as well. Our internship program has been in place since the inception of the company, and it's a super important and integral part of our analytics team, very much so acting as a junior analyst on our team. So getting to do market research across the energy transition sectors, across all the different areas that we play in, and working as an ingrained part of the analyst team. So yeah, looking forward to reviewing your applications as well. If you are interested in kind of the renewables side of the energy space, definitely a cool opportunity to join our team.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Aka. Next,
course.
I'd like to call upon Lisa.
Thanks, Mary. So my name is Lisa Salahub. I'm an evaluation engineer in training here at McDaniel, and I'm also a scholarships director on the SPECEF board. So to start off, giving you a little bit of an overview of McDaniel as a company. We're a team of engineers, geologists, economists, data scientists, technicians, and researchers. McDaniel's been around for quite some time. We have a 70-year history. And to quote, our reserves EVP, he says we do a lot of cool stuff. So essentially we do some third-party advice and evaluations. We complete global petroleum evaluations, so not just within Canada. We evaluate petroleum reserves in the States and across the globe. We assist in acquisitions and divestitures, or A&D, so kind of more the finance side of things. We have a little bit of carbon technology, so CCS, and then we also have some machine learning that one of our departments is working on right now. So we have a lot of cool things going on at the company as a whole. And then the internship that we are offering is an evaluation engineering summer student. So to kind of give like a bit of a brief overview, oil and gas companies are required to report their total value as a company based on the assets that they own. And they're required to report that because investors want to know, essentially from a high level, how much oil and gas there is in the ground in the area and how much the company can access before they're investing in a company. So it directly impacts public company stock prices and also private companies, how much their investors are willing to invest in their company. I have a friend who's in process engineering, and she kind of describes it as like the artsy type of engineering, but kind of, from a more technical standpoint, it's more just that your justification of your answer is just as important as the answer itself. So it's kind of like a little bit more big picture. If you like to use like a different part of your brain that's not just plugging numbers into equations all day, it might be a good opportunity for you. So as an evaluation engineer, you would help analyze technical and financial data. You'd prepare reserve estimates, prepare revenue forecasts, and write reports. So you'd kind of be assisting the engineers and geologists on our teams in reserve evaluation. So in, us making estimations about how much oil and gas there is in the ground in an area.
Excellent. Thanks very much, Lisa. Next, I'd like to call upon both Anthony and Stephanie at PureChem.
Hi, everyone. My name is Stephanie Graham, and I am at PureChem Services. I work out of our Calgary office as one of our corporate account managers. Next slide, please. All right, so a little bit of background on PureChem Services. So we are a division of Canadian Energy Services. And so Canadian Energy Services provides production chemicals for the life cycle of the oil field. So basically everything from drilling fluid systems, production chemicals, fracturing, stimulation. Those are kind of all the areas that we touch on as a whole. We're based out of North America. So in Canada, we have Canadian Energy Services, US is American Energy Services. Specifically in Canada, PureChem takes care of all the production chemicals. And in the US, JChem Catalyst is our sister company. On the production chemical side, we work together hand in hand with JChem for all our manufacturing, blending, developing of new chemistry. So it's nice that we can kind of collaborate and share our learnings across our both business units. Next slide, please. So the first opportunity that we're offering is for PureChem Services, so specifically on the production chemical side. So in Canada, we basically have offices all from Fort St. John, British Columbia, down to Burton, Manitoba. This position can be based out of one of our manufacturing or laboratories. So that's either going to be in Drayton Valley, Grand Prairie, or in Nisku in Alberta. Or the other one could be possibly out of Carlisle, Saskatchewan. So depending where you're located, we're flexible on where the position can be. So for the laboratory technician position, basically you're going to be doing routine analytical analysis and reporting on oil field samples from our customers, providing any tech support for our specific product lines. So basically anything from corrosion support, flow assurance, or fluid separation, that type of thing. If we have any R&D initiatives, if we're looking for new product development, that could be part of the job description as well. And then obviously we do a lot of manufacturing, so any QA, QC of our raw materials or finished goods could be included in the position as well. And I think that's it for Tony. There you go.
Thanks, Steph. As mentioned, I'm Anthony Schulmeister, and I'm part of the PureChem Fracturing Chemical Division. It's a newer division to PureChem that's been growing over the last 4 years. So this position will be specifically for the frac chemical division. It will also be either in Grand Prairie or Calgary, depending on the candidate chosen, and we have flexibility on our side for that. The division itself is rapidly growing between all bases, from Carlisle, Saskatchewan as well, up to Grand Prairie and here in Calgary. And this role will include pre-frac chemical compatibility and optimization testing for frac fluid systems, QA and QC of the frac fluid systems, as well as the raw chemicals, research and development initiative support, and some operations assistant for a Grand Prairie warehouse, and our operations team that runs throughout Northeast BC and Northern Alberta. And that's all on our slide.
Excellent. Thanks very much, Stephanie and Tony. Next up, we have Landon at Birchcliff.
Hi, my name is Landon Poffenroth. I'm the Montney Asset Manager at Birchcliff Energy. So we're a mid-size oil and gas company with our head office located in Calgary, Alberta, and our assets are in just outside of Dawson Creek, British Columbia, but on the Alberta side. So currently our production is around 80,000 barrels of oil equivalent per day, with about 80% of that being natural gas. Our company is focused on innovation, creativity, and continuous improvement. And I think what's unique about Birchcliff is our internship positions offer industry-leading collaboration with guided as well as self-directed online learning while preparing individuals for success in their future careers. So we have both opportunities to network with other oil and gas companies within the industry, as well as have some online learning platforms so that when you are working alongside some of the industry professionals, you have an opportunity to learn and get some more formal training alongside them as well too. So our company is heavily involved in industry advocacy, and we consistently participate in network opportunities that help jumpstart these interns into both technical and professional experience and connections to help out with their future careers. So the particular internship that we have at Birchcliff is related to field development optimization. So it's a unique opportunity within Birchcliff where the individual will be able to collaborate and strategize with various teams throughout the entire value chain at Birchcliff. So based on this position, you'll gain an understanding from both subsurface and geological prize beneath the ground, all the way through to the placement, design of future wellbores, and finally the marketing of refined products that are produced and processed through our business. And so you'll get lots of experience through this with various meetings and presentations from people within the company, as well as some opportunities with some projects we worked on throughout the summer as well too. So Birchcliff's culture is second to none, and employee retention is of high importance to us. And we pride ourselves on the operational excellence while also creating an environment that involves family and friends through entertaining events as a company. So myself, I started at Birchcliff as an intern, and I'm one of many employees that have been with the company for more than 10 years, which is a testament to the fun and challenging work environment that will strengthen you as an individual and create a lot of fun along the way. So I encourage you to consider Birchcliff as a future internship opportunity, and to learn more about who we are as a company, visit birchcliffenergy.com. But again, I think it's a great opportunity for someone to get their toes wet in the industry and really get a full understanding as to kind of the entire value chain of the oil and gas industry. Thank you.
Excellent. Thanks very much, Landon. Next up, we have Nico from Tourmaline.
Hi, my name is Nico Vandersholm, Tourmaline, and I manage our CCS, our carbon capture and sequestration business and projects. So just at a high level, a little bit of an overview on Tourmaline. We're currently Canada's largest natural gas producer at around 2.7 BCF per day, and also on the downstream side, fourth largest Canadian gas midstream operator. We pride ourselves on being the lowest net emission and emission intensity producer of the senior producer category. We've done that through a lot of different initiatives, which I'll talk to. Go to the next slide. We are very focused on clean tech to reduce our emissions. A few of the examples I'll point out, our company-wide diesel displacement program. So pulling diesel out of the drilling and completions, a lot of our routine operations and replacing with natural gas has been extremely successful in reducing both emissions and costs. We're also actively involved in the Natural Gas Innovation Fund, where we invest and help run an organization that encourages clean tech innovation that will help the natural gas value chain. And finally, we are a proud partner, and we started the Emission Testing Center, where we run approximately 70 different technologies on the methane side in real-world operating conditions at a gas plant just south of Edson. Next slide, please. So our opportunity here is in the emissions and innovation team, which is the team that I work on. It's an internship for 16 months, ideally between your third and fourth year. You will be responsible for reviewing, evaluating, and reporting on some of these new technologies that we're continuously seeing and intaking. Government grant applications and working with various operating groups is a kind of a key part to making these new kind of projects work. You'll be managing, executing likely methane projects within the technology and innovation group, writing technical reports, presentations to management, raising EIPs, and participating in our budgeting process. And lastly, you need to be interested in some field travel. This is a Calgary position that Tourmaline strongly believe you should be getting out to the field too. So that's our opportunity for Tourmaline.
Excellent. So thank you very much, Nico. Next up, we do have Katie from Kira.
Hey again, everyone. So I'll touch a little bit just about Kira's opportunity and Kira as a company. I started at Kira a couple of years ago just on the business development team for a new pipeline that we built before moving into the corporate development team. That's one of the things I love about the company. You have opportunities to kind of move around, learn different things, learn different assets, learn about kind of the entire value chain of the oil and gas industry, which is great. Like Mary kind of mentioned before, Kira's kind of falls into that midstream energy space. So the pipelines and transport space, mostly in Alberta, but also a little bit in the US. We have kind of a whole suite of pipelines, gas plants, fractionators, and other refineries where we take gas out of the ground, transport it, process it, and then eventually get it to market through our marketing or trading team, you can call them, who find kind of that home for all of those final products, that gas, that propane, that butane, and anything else that we spit out of those gas plants and refineries. So all of these operations and all of that work is really enabled by our process engineering team. They help us run those assets efficiently, safely, and profitably. And they also help us look at kind of building and investing in new facilities, making sure that we're running those and building those out correctly. So Kira itself, we have a really big department of engineers, of course, when we're building out these assets. So I think we have over 100 engineers supporting kind of 20 assets across all of our operations. This position specifically, I don't know if there's a next slide. Oh, there we go. Thanks. This position specifically, it's for this process engineering co-op student. So it'd be about 8 to 12 months in duration. And this position would work with a team of about 10 process engineers. However, you would get kind of paired with one of the senior engineers on the team to, help guide you through the duration of the internship, kind of really give you a taste of how it would work on the team working there full time. There's a lot of opportunities to kind of build those technical engineering skills that are related to gas processing and fractionation, but really gaining exposure to the entire value chain, like I mentioned earlier, and how all of those assets work on their own, but together kind of as one unit. The successful candidate will also have the opportunity to work on calculations, P&IDs and other diagrams, design reviews, HAZOPs, and really sharpen your skills with Excel and other tools like Aspen HYSES. You'll also have opportunities to go to the field, mostly up in Edmonton, I would imagine, where we have a lot of Kira facilities. And then finally, the co-op student is going to be considered for kind of post-grad employment as a part of our EIT program, where you'll be also kind of rotating through several different teams over the course of 4 years as you work towards your professional engineering designation. So any questions, feel free to reach out or take a look through our website, and we look forward to reviewing your applications. Thanks.
Excellent. Thank you very much, Katie. And so last but certainly not least, I'd like to call upon Darcy to talk about a really, really exciting opportunity that Saga Wisdom has shared with us this year.
Hi, thanks for having me. My name's Darcy Fairbrother with Saga Wisdom, one of the co-founders. We are excited to involve ourselves in any sort of education, any sort of means of adding to the incentivization pile of folks wanting to get into the energy industry. And so we're very proud to announce that we will be offering full year Saga Wisdom subscriptions to our Netflix style 70 plus course catalog for energy industry professionals, specifically to technical professionals or petrotechnicals, we call them. And couldn't be happier in providing that to those scholarship winners.
Excellent. Yeah, thank you so much, Darcy.
You bet.
So I do want to say a huge thank you to Saga and that very generous donation. Very excited for all scholarship winners who get to access all of that plethora of knowledge. So that's a huge win. And another huge thank you to IPC who has donated a sum of money for a scholarship too. So not a corporate sponsor, so there's not an interview process there, but thank you very much to IPC and both Saga for your donations here. And so a huge thank you to all of our corporate sponsors for presenting. I think there's some really excellent opportunities. Obviously, listening to all you guys speak to pursue a career in energy, and we're really grateful and thrilled that you were able to share that with our students here today.